This was just towed in from a local shop and they hacked this thing to pieces. It is a nightmare. It is so bad, we're refusing to work on it. Let's find out what they did. Let's get started. And it's a really sad story because it's such a cool car. It's a 1984 Peugeot 505S. And it was purchased in America. It's got a 2-liter 4-cylinder, it's an automatic, and it kind of looks like a Honda Accord, the 80s Accords. It has kind of that look to it. But it's not in terrible shape, it's in okay shape, and we have had it in the shop before a while back. All we did was look it over, the customer took it. Later on, they found out someone who supposedly specializes in these Peugeots, and they allowed them to dive in through some wiring issues, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and it's a nightmare. It's like one of those you wake up in a nightmare in the middle of the night and you're sweating. It's like, oh my God, what did they do to my car? It's bad. Quick little update, if you're tired of bad Christmas gifts, Mrs. Wizard has a lot of her part works for sale now. It's in the link in the description below. It takes you to the auctions. They're there for sale. Really cool part works. Also, we've been having some congressional hearings about UAPs or UFOs. And if you're into that type of thing, aliens, Bigfoot, ghosts and stuff, I actually have my own channel with my friend Tommy. It's in the link below as well. It's called Can You Believe That? And we explore all of those crazy tinfoil hat ideas.
You mean like Plymouth Furies coming to life and trying to kill you? Possibly.
It could be a paranormal investigation done on that car. Very likely. Anyways, there's lots of links down there below, guys. Let's get back to the car.
Wow, they've installed some custom duct tape on their headlamps.
Yeah, the last time it was here when we did a general inspection, those were all attached properly and there was no tape over the headlights. I'm not sure what the story is there. It's very odd. But as you come around to the side, you can see it's been repainted sometime in the past. They did an okay job. It's not expensive paint job, but it's not bad either. As you come down the side, you can see it's not caved in or severely rusted out. And again, it looks like a Honda Accord. It does have a strange bolt pattern. It's only 4 bolts, and it's a really wide bolt pattern. Kind of neat. Here we can see it's a Peugeot. It was purchased new at Dobbs Peugeot in Memphis, Tennessee. The taillight's kind of reminiscing of a Volvo, but definitely not a Honda. It doesn't look Honda-ish back here. But on the side, it definitely does. Let's go ahead and hop under the hood.
Wizard, you're going to have to take off some tape to open that hood.
Oh, yes, that's right. They put 100-mile-an-hour tape, as we called it in the Army. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing there. This will have 2 pops. 1, 2. Now we can open it. So it has 2 pops, 2 latches, one on the left and one on the right, but it only has 1 safety secondary latch, so I'll go ahead and undo that one. I'll just hold the hood up here. This is our 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's rear-wheel drive, automatic. And if you look down below the master cylinder, you can see it is the wonderful Bosch Jetronic. This is the first time we've had the hood open since it's been back, and what I'm seeing here, it's set at the last place for 4 months. The fuse box lid is just laying by the radiator. It looks like they broke it. It's cracked. I'll go ahead and remove that so it doesn't get broken anymore. There's the fuse box. They've been fooling around in there, and there's a fuse stuck to the hood seal right there. Nice. And there's some wiring straps just laying there up on the cowl. Lots of wire harnesses that have been pried open. And also some wires that are kind of frayed and spread apart there by the headlamps. So the story is the customer took it there for some brake light issues. Apparently it looks like some headlight issues, some fuses blowing. It wasn't anything really serious. It could have been found out with very minimal tear down. And it was there for 4 months. Every week or so the customer would call and it's like, where are we at, you know, and oh, so-and-so didn't show up to work today. We're having trouble getting people to show up to work. The other guy that knows what's going on, he's not here this week either. It was just excuses and lies and stuff. And finally, after 4 months of that, no progress has been made. The customer made the executive decision with this other shop. We're done. I'm sending a tow truck. Park it out front. When it arrived here, I opened the front door, the driver's door, and my jaw dropped. Are you guys ready? Let's take a look. All right, guys, let's take a look at the disaster. Look underneath the dash. There's modules disconnected and missing, bare wires hanging. I've peeked up inside the dash. There's actually wiring that's been cut. There's whole harnesses just laying out in the open, relays disconnected. There's actually a relay up by the speedometer that's melted. And also the center console, the switches and things and wires are disconnected and laying in disarray. What the hell were they doing in this thing for 4 months and no progress was being made? There was progress. They ripped it to shreds. The last time it was here when we did the general checkup, it was not like this. Everything worked. It was in pretty good shape. It actually makes me very sad because it was a nice car. God knows what they did. It's terrible. So we saw what they did in the engine bay, tinkering around. They've absolutely destroyed the interior and ripped the wiring to shreds. Let's get underneath the car and see if they did anything else. So this is the first time we're able to look under here since the last time it was here was quite a while back. We did mention at the last inspection it did have a front main seal leak going on here and a power steering leak going on there that we need to address. I don't see any wiring issues or anything down here weird going on. Let's take a look at the brakes. They're about half gone. They're hard to see. Nothing loose. Struts aren't blown. There's some wiring disconnected here. It's kind of dangling. Brakes here are half gone. Nothing loose. Strut is fine. Some cut wires just dangling. We do see something new that wasn't here last time is an external head gasket leak. You can see it's actually dripping down onto the steering rack boot there. There's some green antifreeze. That's sad. That's too bad. So the exhaust is intact. Have our catalytic converter, little resonator chamber. There's our kind of a torque tube there. It's not a drive shaft like you would think. It's a solid tube. It goes all the way back. Here's the tube again. All the way back to the differential. It's a solid unit. Then we have our fuel accumulator, fuel pump, and a fuel filter. All part of the Bosch Jetronic system. Here's our tiny little dainty exhaust going out, Mrs. Wizard.
It is awfully cute and squiggly.
Yep. CV boots are fine. Everything looks good there. Brake pads are over half. They've still got a lot of life left in them. Nothing serious leaking back here. Brake pads are good, boots are good. Our spare tire, it does have air in it, but it is original. It's very, very old. I don't know if I would use it. Otherwise, there's nothing serious going on other than the head gasket issue. So let's get it on the ground. One thing this shop failed to do, which they should have done when they first took it in, was do it like we would do, a cursory look over, check the vehicle underneath over. The last time it was here, it did not have a blown head gasket. This time around, it appears that it does. That alone could have been information the customer could have used and said, you know what, we're done. You don't need to tear my dash apart. You wouldn't even have to do anything. It had some brake light issues and maybe a headlight issue. Why the hell is there so many things dangling and cut and broken, and there's just, it looks like a bomb went off under the dash. I've gotten up in there and looked in there, and there's actually harnesses that have been cut. I don't know what in the world they were doing. It's sad because, like I said, the last time it was here, it's sad about the head gasket, but it's sad about what's been done to this interior. We did contact the customer. Crazy D called them and said, we will not be interested in fixing it. Do you know how far they went or what they cut? I don't. What if we put this back together and the car catches on fire and burns it to the ground? Where do you start pointing fingers? Where did the last person work stop? Where did mine begin? it can get into a legal mumbo jumbo that can last a year or two. I have zero interest in that. We haven't started the engine or done anything based on what I've seen. If I just turn the key on, it could melt this car down. Not interested. Another reason why we're not interested is because the customer informed us they paid $3,500 for the car. We said it could cost that much to unscrew the screw-ups in this dash. We may have to pull the whole dash and redo all of the wiring. Not only that, we refused to do the work. The customer was like, what do I do? So we gave them some scenarios. You can take it back to where it came from and let them finish the job. I don't know if they're going to do a good job or not. Or you could take them to court and say, you have royally messed up my car. It is undrivable. No shop's going to touch this, guys. There's no shop in existence for liability reasons that's going to take on this work and sign their name off on it on God knows what they did under the dash. Knowing that, we're not working on it. He's not taking it back to them. He's not interested in taking them to court. He said, Car Wizard, I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel. He asked if I'd like to buy the car. I kind of thought about it, but with all the wiring and stuff, I could never fully trust this car ever for the rest of its life. It could be a year or two from now, a harness meltdown happens on something that was even deeper that we didn't go deep enough. I also sat in the car and my head is physically touching the roof at all times. I have a tall torso and it's just, I said, no, I wouldn't be interested. I actually contacted Eurasian Bob and he said, the car's interesting. I might be interested, but he's on the same boat that we are. He said, I don't know what the hell they did under the dash and I really don't want that on my plate. You're going to find that anyone that's interested in working on this is going to say that. Now, one thing that we will do to help this customer, number one, obviously we don't have a bill here. No Muffin Newton. Yeah, that sounds good. Anyways, one thing we're going to do to help this person out, obviously no bill. We're not working on it. There can't be a bill. Number two, we're throwing this out to you guys. If you have one of these cars and you need parts, or if you would like to take it on, the customer is taking offers on this vehicle. Contact Crazy D in the office and he'll go from there. If there any kind of deal is made, he will give you the contact information of the owner and you guys can take it from there. It is going to be for sale. The owner has thrown in the towel. Zero interest in going any further. Do not email me asking about this car. I will probably delete it. Call Crazy D in the office. One of the guys training me coming up when I was younger, his name was Vernon. He's passed away now. He has a lot of skills that I use today I learned from him. And he told me, whether it be a particular car problem or a particular brand of car, he said, in the shop, it always comes in threes. You get a clutch problem in, pretty soon you're going to get two more. And it's always been that way. I don't know how or how the universe lines up just perfectly. It works every single time. He was right. And here we have, I hardly ever get a French car in the shop. And just this week, a Peugeot, a Renault, a Citroen, all here. It's weird. It's really weird. We are very sad for this customer that they had this happen to them at another shop, and it was a really cool car. Maybe somebody out there can go through this and fix it and has the time and kind of a labor of love type thing that they may get this back on the road. I doubt there's hardly any in this country, the 505s, that are in at least this decent of shape. Or maybe you have one and you need parts. That'd be fine too. There's lots of hard to find parts on this. Again, contact Crazy D and work a deal. Also, the Citroen is still for sale back there. The blue one. Contact Crazy D if you're interested in that. That's all we have left of the cars we have for sale. If you're curious what kind of tools we're going to use to work on other cars, probably not this one, check our Amazon affiliates link in the description below. All the tools we use in the shop are listed there for sale, and we get a small cut if you purchase anything there. We really appreciate it. And make sure you hit the subscribe button here because we have many more cool videos to come. Thanks for watching.